Hey guys, Manjoume here with the third deck, or third Pokemon deck rather, that I came to show you. This one, I got the recipe on Pojo.com a couple years ago, and I figured I'd show it off, and I've had a lot of fun playing it. I even beaten my friend's deck who, he had he used one of the theme decks, and he used a fire Pokemon, which made it harder to win, but I actually did get a couple wins off of it, so that was pretty cool. Anyway, without further ado, the Pokemon. First two, Baltoy. Just not much going on there, but the main point is to get Claydol. With his Cosmic Power, I can return up to 2 cards in my hand to the bottom of the deck to draw until I have 6, and drawing power is pretty good in this deck and is very important, as you'll later see. And the only other Pokemon series in this deck, and the most important ones, first ones, 4 Caterpies, and his power is Pupate. Now, if he's the active Pokemon, before you attack, flip a coin. If heads, he can evolve into Metapod from your deck. That is really awesome because, doing 20 damage for something like a Caterpie, okay, still sucks, but it's not, well, he's got more HP. And then you can do more stuff when he evolves, and we'll move on to that. Speaking of which, get 4 Metapods, all the same, and he has Emerge, which is the same thing as Pupate. If he's your active Pokemon, flip coin. If heads, you get Butterfree, which of course I'm running 4 of. And on your very first turn, you get heads twice, you can get a Butterfree out, which I've done on a couple of occasions, which is really cool. 120 health, which is good. Parallel Drain on your first turn, because it only requires 1 energy, is really nice, because it does 30 damage, then whatever damage you do to them, he heals from himself. Which, if you're fighting and you're getting super effectives, that can be a lot of damage you're saving yourself. Then Dozing Scales, although it costs 3, you gradually build it up. Flip a coin. If heads, defending Pokemon is asleep, tails, they're poisoned. So it's win-win either way with that one. Really good card. The main card, well actually the only one you use to battle. Really fun, and you'll be seeing a lot of them. Alright, there's a lot of trainer cards and supporter cards, so let's just get started. 3, Rosian's Research. So you could just search your deck for up to two in any combination of basic Pokemon, Caterpie, for example, and basic energy cards, which would be a Grass Energy if you need it, or just Caterpies or a Claydol if you've got a Baltoy if you have Claydol, to build that up. Great cards for this deck, or I guess any deck really. All right, next card. 3, Baby's Research, or Baby's Search rather. And just a basic card to search out for the pieces you need, for Caterpie and its evolutions if you got them on the bench and you're willing to wait. Let's see, 3, Professor Oak's Visit. Draw 3, put 1 to the bottom of the deck. Pretty obvious, Drawing Power. Drawing Power is very important in this deck. 3, Bucks Training. Draw 2, plus Power. Very powerful card, and that plus power comes in handy. See, Night Maintenance. You're getting Pokemon and energies back. Putting them back into the deck so that you can get them out with other means. Pretty good. And 2 Warp Points. Switch out Pokemon. If you've got your Baltoy out or your Claydol out because it was all you had while we're building up your Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, switch them. Good cards for that. Then, of course, 3 rare candies, because if you've got Caterpie and you've got the Butterfree and you just make it a Butterfree. Again, works well with this deck. And 4 plus powers, old school basic card, adds 10 damage, add 10 damage here and there, and it adds up. And plus, you use that with his first attack, and he'll gain 10 more damage because he's doing 10 more damage, so it's pretty cool. 4 potions, get health back. He's your only Pokemon. Make sure he stays healthy. Then 3 leftovers for 3 Pokemon. And this one, again, you want to make sure the one Pokemon you have stays healthy and alive. And it makes it really annoying for your opponent when they're doing all this damage, but you're healing so much every turn. Alright, I'm not actually sure how many of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 grass energies. And since you only need one for Butterfree's attack, the rest are to build up for his dozing scales. And, well, it seems to be a good amount of grass energies. I'm able to get enough for my attacks, and, no complaints there. The hardest part about using this deck is the initial draw, making sure you get at least one basic Pokemon. Sometimes you're forced to do a mulligan. Hopefully not more than once, because then you're starting to be at disadvantage, but I'll go ahead and shuffle this deck. Make sure it's nice and shuffled, because right now it's pretty not random. And give you an example of an opening hand. Alright, I've shuffled the deck, cut it, and all of that funness. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Alright, got grass energy, alright. Butterfree, okay, grass. Baltoy, so we at least have one Pokemon. Potion, Caterpie, awesome. We can try to get this thing going. And a Night Maintenance. Alright. Now, of course, we want Caterpie as the star Pokemon. And we want Baltoy as backup, because hopefully we can get his evolution and start getting our hand rejuvenated every turn. Now then, we play our prizes, which of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so play those, or place them rather. And our turn, we draw. Wow. Okay, so we got Claydol. So we can play that next turn. But first turn, we're going to give Caterpie a grass energy, because we really aren't going to be giving any energies to Baltoy unless you really want to use his Psychic Balance, but that's only if you really have no other choice. That's not the point you have him. Your point you have him is to evolve him. Anyway, okay, let's say it's time to battle Caterpie. And I activate Pupate. And, oh darn. Okay, I got a Tails that time, so I don't get anything. So hopefully he'll live. Being only 40, that's pretty debatable. It's pretty bad. That's the risk you take with this deck. Hopefully he'd live, and then, next turn you can evolve Claydol, so now you have 5 cards in your hand. Then you can play Professor Oak's Visit to draw 3 energy, right, okay. Then plays 1 card, just take an energy for the bottom of your deck. That's okay. Then you can activate your Claydol's ability to take, say, 1, 2 cards, put them at the bottom of your deck. You'll get them again later. Okay, now I'm down to 4, 5, 6, and these are the exact cards. Wow, but those are really unlikely odds. And if you need to, since you weren't able to evolve him last turn, you can play Potion. Try to heal him back up. Try again. Wow, unlucky. And to be honest, he'd probably be dead next turn. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes you're just not going to win with that. Okay, so he's dead. You lose 1. You end up with Claydol there. Alright, you draw. Alright. Then you play Rosian Search. And then you would probably just go ahead and just get 2 Caterpies. Because at this point, you've got energies, and you don't really need to bother with the energies at this point. Might come up later, who knows. Then you're gonna play them both. And you're probably gonna lose Baltoy since he's got nothing. But you can at least start building up your Caterpies. Then the one that's discarded, eventually you can use Night Maintenance. Or you can just use his Pokemon power. And let's say you just want to return... Let's say you don't even want to return anything. You've got 4 cards in your hand. Draw until you have 6. Alright, now you've got a rare candy in your hand. Then you can play that rare candy to get a Butterfree. Now you've got a Butterfree, and that's what you wanted the whole time. Now, we don't have anything here that will help Claydol, because the deck's not made for him. It's made for Butterfree. So, at this point, you're either going to let him die, or just... If you try to start putting energies on him within those turns, he's with 80 life, he's probably going to end up dead. You're just going to have to hope that your next draw is... Okay. We've got Professor Oak's visit, so we draw 3. Draw 3. Place 1 card, it's the bottom of your deck. And let's just say one of these. An energy. At this point you've got 6 cards in your hand. And you can evolve your Caterpie with the Medpod. And, say you want to get, well, let's say... I'm pretty sure you can do this. Give leftovers to your Butterfree. It's not your main Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure you can do that. Now then. And... activate his ability. Oh, darn, okay. Well, we didn't get the card to switch him out, which is too bad. Now Baltoy is pretty much dead. Okay, he'll be dead. You lose 2 prizes at this point. But you put in Caterpie... Oh, sorry, you put in Butterfree, and you can evolve the other one, give him an energy, you know, use Night Maintenance to get back, you know, your 2 cards, so you can bring them back. 3, you know, you can recycle them. And hopefully you'll be able to pick up Steam, since Parallel Drain heals you. You've got leftovers to heal you even more. Well, more, that is. Then start playing more grass energies, since you're going to be getting some energies in a few turns, you know. You're going to get energies. And hopefully you can get the ball rolling, annoy them, play these cards. We usually weren't, you know, low on cards, and that's really good, you know. Prizes. Okay, that's the other Claydol. And, okay. Anyway, that was an example of an opening hand you would get with this deck. It's a pretty fun deck once you get it working, and just in general, I like the deck because Butterfree happens to be my favorite Pokemon. And that's why I wanted to make a deck based off of him. I hope, you know, if anyone else wants to make the deck or play around with it, they have fun with it too. I sure have. Beating a Reshiram even. Imagine this thing, beating a Reshiram. It is fantastic. Love this guy so much. So much.